To be honest, college credits are kind of hard to talk about just because you never really interact with your credits when you're in college. You interact with your classes, you get your GPA and your final grades, and the credits are how much they're worth, but you kind of just rack those up and you think about them at the beginning or when you're scheduling your classes and maybe at the beginning and the end of the semester, how many credits you're taking and how many credits you've earned. And so credits are kind of one of those out there things that you don't really think about, but they're really important. And then, as we've already said, credits, if you get enough of them, and we'll use the 124 example, you get the college degree. And that's really what you're shooting for. And part of that degree, each of the credits usually costs money, and there's different scale. Well, they do cost money. There's different scales for how colleges charge. Different ones are different depending on how many credits you take and when you take them and what semester and all that. So, but the thing about credits is that there's always a financial cost there. So you want to be certain that you have a good plan in place for all of this. And the person who is most generally in charge of helping you plan is your academic advisor. And that's why I talk about this relationship a lot and how important it is, because with your travel options, they're usually connected with credits if they're study abroad, as we've talked about. And so your academic advisor is the first person who's going to sit down and make sure that all of this here has a plan. Your academic advisor is your guide through the process. They're the person that helps you go from point A to point B. And whether point A is from the time you walk into the college all the way through your 124 to a degree, or if it's just, what do I do with this class I want to take? Or what questions, or what do I do about majors or minors? How do they fit in with what I'm looking to do? They're the type of person, or the person in your life in the relationship that should be the expert on these things and should show you what to do, help you with options and choices to see what fits and what works best. So with that, it's a person that you need to have a good relationship with, good rapport, and stay in contact with often. Usually at least once a semester just to set up your classes, but you probably should make sure you see them throughout the semester, even if it's just in a corridor, or pass them, in a classroom, just wave and say hi, make sure they know your name, things like that, because they're the person that's going to help you navigate all the way through these steps. Sometimes they change and people go on sabbatical leave or go to different institutions and you might get switched, but you want to make sure no matter what, they have a good idea of what you're doing. Because in this whole track that you're on from the start all the way to graduation, there's going to be a lot of questions and different things you need to do. And especially if right here you want to build let's say a semester of travel in, they're going to be the person that helps you through how the credits are going to come back and making sure that everything's going to fit, so that hopefully, if all things go correctly, you have as smooth a transition as possible so that you can continue on your track and graduate on time and get your degree with, I don't want to say as little money as possible, because you might pay more to get a better experience, especially with travel. You might go to a destination that fits better. But as far as what they're doing, you want to make sure that you get it in the most effective way possible. I don't even really want to say efficient, because sometimes you take more time to get a better experience and a better education. But they're the person that helps you and guides you through all this. So when it comes to college credits, how they fit, how they work, it's going to be your academic advisor that really helps you and guides you through this. So that's pretty much all I have to say about credits. I hope it helps.